Hello everyone out there in YouTube land and all my friends. I wanted to do something different in this video. I wanted to show you some of the makes that I've done. I've been crocheting up a storm, trying to use up my yarn, especially what I got from AC Moore. So anyhow, the first thing I'm going to show you is I made a shawl, and this is out of the Lion Brand Bandana yarn. I can't remember the color because I threw the tag away. But here we go. This is what it looks like. Then I kind of had it going angled this way. I kind of did the pattern a little different. I started the pattern off the way that it was talking, and then I kind of did it a little differently. So what I did was, to start, I did 79 chains. So I did 79, and then let me refresh my... That's my husband you hear. He's yelling at the dog. I don't know why he won't let her play, but anyhow, so you let me try to remember what I did here. Let me look at it. It looks like to me what I did was, okay, no, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. That was I was looking at the beginning of the chain. That's why it didn't look right to me. All right. So what I did was I turn it around the right way I can see. Okay, so what I did was I went to the fourth chain. And I did a double crochet. And in that same stitch, I did another double crochet, and that made a V-stitch. So double crochet, one chain, one double crochet. And then after that, I did every third chain a V-stitch, double crochet, single crochet, then double crochet. And I did that all the way down to the end here. So this is the first row right here. So this is where I did all the V stitches to begin, ended right here. And then I did chain 3, and I need to what is that word? Anyhow, I need to get it, the right, what is that word? Where you do something to a stitch. I mean, do something to do a project. Anyhow, I can't think right now. Anyhow, so you're going to see that's kind of off a little bit. Well, not really, maybe right here a little bit. But anyhow, it starts with a B. What is the block? I need to block this. But first I'm going to soften it up, because this yarn is not soft. It is coarse feeling. And so I have a laundry sink in my laundry room, and that's where I usually do my softening up. And then I throw it in the washer and put it on the ring cycle, and then I let it I lay it flat on top of the dryer so it'll dry properly. And then after that I block it. But anyhow, so then the second row all the way up, I don't know how many rows I did because I used up the whole skein of yarn. It called for 75 inches, but I don't think I did 75 inches. Let me see. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. I did 49 rows. And this is what it looks like on me. See, it's supposed to go a little bit longer than this. But I like it either like this, or I could bring it together like this and use a shawl pin. I did a video on winning a giveaway, a surprise giveaway. I had no idea what it was, and it was a yarn bowl and it had a shawl pin. So I thought, oh, I'll make me a shawl and I can use the shawl pin. So either I could have it like this, or I could just pin it across this way, because I think in the back the length is good. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep it on. I need to tie in my ends here. I got one there, and I've got one. Where's the other one at? I don't know where the other one's at. But anyhow, I've got to tie my ends in. And I thought it turned out really nice. I like this. See? The other end is down here. But I thought it turned out perfect. Now, I wasn't intending on doing it this way. It was on accident. So what I did was, for each row, I did the chain 3. And then in the very next V that I saw, I went ahead and, which was on the end, which was like, let me find it. Let me find one to show you. Where would I find it? Okay. So here's my chain 3 right here. And then what I did was, I did a V-stitch in this right here. So every chain 3, I did a V-stitch in it. So that's what made it expand, you know, like a rectangle. I mean a triangle. But I think it turned out fine. Now the pattern, I got this from Lion Brand's website. It was a free pattern, but what they were showing was like, you know, down like this straight on both sides. So, but I kind of like this better. So I'm going to write these instructions down. I printed the pattern out, and I'm going to write down these instructions for the way I did it. I really like the way this turned out. Okay, so let me get a drink. By the way, oh, this is so good. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and it's called Mango Punch. It is so good. It's got mango, oranges, and tangerines from concentrate naturally, of course, artificial flavoring, which I don't care too much for artificial flavoring. It's got high fructose corn syrup. But anyhow, I'm not supposed to have caffeine. And in my first video, when I did the haul earlier today, you will see my hair. I'm sorry, I keep looking at my hair because I need a haircut and I have an appointment for Friday. So 2 more days to go with this. So anyhow, so I'm going to show you what I've done. And I sold my first thing off of my new Etsy store. It's been open for 2 months, and I sold a book, and it's for crocheting and knitting socks. And I was so excited. I sold it, I think, for $5. And I was so excited to sell that. I said, oh, yay, my first order. But first, when I have separate emails for each account. And when I saw this email, I says, I didn't order anything. And then I noticed the subject line, congratulations on your first order. And I went, what? And so I checked it, and it showed that I sold that book. And I went, oh, great, that's good. So anyhow, that gave me ambition to do some more adding. I got to take pictures and all that stuff, and it's like, I really don't like doing that. This is my bag that I put all my projects that I have finished and that I'm going to put on the shop. Okay, so this right here is a facial cloth, a facial scrub cloth. I need to block this also. This is soft, but I need to block it, so I need to get it wet and block it, as you can tell. And but anyhow, it's a facial wash cloth, and it turned out really cute. I like that. And then I have been making some round facial cloths. So I made these. I need to put the ends in, but I made these right here, and they turned out really cute. So made those out of just plain cotton. The purple one is cotton also, but that, I think that's a Hobby Lobby cotton because it sure was soft. See, Hobby Lobby's cotton is always so soft. This is peaches and cream, and it's not soft. Alright, now this is soft right here, so this must be a Hobby Lobby also. See, I had some small balls of yarn, cotton yarn, and so I thought I'd try to use them up to making these. So anyhow, here's a pink one that I made. And now this I am very proud of. And this is out of a chunky yarn. Matter of fact, it's out of the yarn I got from AC Moore. It's really stiff. I need to soften it up. But it's a hat. It's an adult hat. And it was a lot of fun to make. And I don't remember. I did the cross stitching, you know, where you had to do a double crochet over to the right, and then you did another double crochet and crossed it. So it's like a double crochet, but it's crossed, and you can see right there. And this is my line of where I started the chain, ended the chain, and then that's how I did it all the way up. And then there's the top. But it's really, really stiff, as you can tell. So I need to soften this up. But it's a really nice hat. So that's going in my shop. Okay, I have made some, what are they called? The poof balls or whatever? But this is what I made. And it was a lot of fun to make. And this is also cotton. This is the peaches and cream cotton. And then I made this to blend in. First you have to make the chain, and then you do all this. And all of this is, how many did I put in here of each? 1, 2, 3. I did 4 double crochets going all the way around until it got like this. And I can't remember where I found this pattern at. I found it on Pinterest. That's where I found it. But it was really easy to make. A lot of fun to make. So I have these I'm going to put in my shop. I've got that one, and then I have this one. This turned out really pretty. But I didn't have as much yarn as I did for that one. So this is a small one. And I really don't like the way it turned out. So I'll probably use it for myself. I don't know, because I just don't like the way it turned out. It doesn't look, see, it doesn't look like it's balanced either. Like this one looks balanced out. This one really doesn't. You see the difference? So I'll probably keep this for myself because I don't like the way it turned out. And then I made some more of these. I made a doll hat. And I made a scarf to match it, and I think the scarf is in the living room. But anyhow, here's an 18-inch doll hat. Where's my 18-inch doll? Here she is. And she's got red and green on. Good. Let me put it on her head. I'm going to try to get her hair up this way to get it inside the hat. I don't know if it's going to work. Let me see. There we go. And that's what she looks like with the hat on. And then I made a scarf. The scarf is red on the ends. Yes, The scarf is red on the inside, and then I put this color green on the outside of it as a trim. And I got this off of Pinterest also, but it didn't call to add the extra trim, but I did it because I thought it would look a lot nicer, and it does. It looks a lot nicer, so I really like that. I might keep that for her because it looks good with her outfit. Alright, and then I made these two hats here, and I have the scarves to go with them, but the scarves are in my sink, my laundry room sink, waiting to be softened up, so I need to put these in. And this didn't come out right. I don't know why I can't get this hole to close up, so I need to try again to close it up, unless I use it as a ponytail type hat. I could do that. But anyhow, oops, I dropped something. So anyhow, so I've got two of these, and I have two scarves made to match. Another round facial washcloth, and then another. And then here's another hat that I have not closed up yet. So I need to close this up here, like this. But I've run out of the yarn. So I'm going to have to try to find something as close as I can to get this closed up. Because all you have to do is get a yarn needle and then just, you know, go like a basting stitch type thing. And then you pull it together. And I normally like to sew over a lot. Sew over here and there and whatever. And then get it good and tight and then put a knot in it. And then turn it right side out like, well, do it that way and then turn it right side out like that. So I need to finish this one up. And that's all I have in this bag. Now I have started something else, which I'm going to try to finish today or maybe tomorrow. But I'm making a mermaid doll. And I'm crocheting her. And I only started on her fins. And I started that while I was in the hospital. And I went to go back to work on it a little bit more, and I couldn't find the pattern. And I says, well, I know, I mean, it was in my save list. Look at this hair keep falling down in my face. I says, it's in my save. So I haven't looked since, and I know it's there. So I've got my laptop where I crochet, and I'll just look on there and see. I'm supposed to drink water 64 ounces a day, and I have tried. I've gotten halfway there. The doctor has got me on so much medicine. I've got colitis and an ulcer. So I've got medication, 3 bottles of syrup. 1 at a time. It says 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. So I've got, let's see, 14 times 3 is 12, 43 doses. And I'm supposed to do that for 2 weeks. And what it is supposed to do is it's supposed to make a lining over my ulcer to cover my ulcer. And my ulcer is coming from stress. I have been under a lot of stress. I've had a lot of family issues is how I'm going to put it. And I'm not going to go into detail about it, but because I really don't like to put too much out there about my personal life. I will talk a little bit about my personal life, but not the things that, you know, bother me or whatever. But anyhow, I guess I'm doing a vlog, aren't I? Vlog number 2. But anyhow, so I've got some sewing I want to do, and my Canmore is right Let me get my finger right here. Come on, finger. Right there. That's my Kenmore. That's a 1958 Kenmore. That is the machine. Let me bring you down a little bit. That is the machine that my mother made my clothes on when I was starting at 2 years old. I'm 63. And so all my life, she's made... Let me get you back up without moving the camera too much. There. So all my life, she has made my clothes on that machine. So I'm going to make me something on that machine today. Oh, I've got a tutorial that one of my viewers have been waiting on. So I guess I better do that first. Now I started, I did like a muslin for my, for the pattern, and I didn't like the way it turned out, and I made a shirt. Right, and this is the View E shirt off of pattern 7052. Do I have the pattern up here anywhere? Oh, where did I put that pattern? But anyhow, it's whatever, it's the one that my viewer was asking about. But the back of it didn't turn out right. So what I think I'm gonna do another muslin. So I don't want to do the tutorial yet. I know you're waiting. But the front turned out fine. But it's the back I'm not happy with, because I had to go into the back here. And I hand stitched trying to get this to line up right. And I don't like the way that it keeps, going over to the left. And so I need to do something about that. I'm not sure what to do unless I stiffen the fabric up. But anyhow, so I'm going to do another muslin and see how the second one turns out. If I like the way the second one turned out, then you will be getting your video. I mean, your tutorial. And so if I'm not happy with something, I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. And sometimes I have to modify the instructions. I do have some pants cut out for a Barbie, and she didn't ask about that, but I figured, I'll go ahead and make a pair of pants. So I made them out of some old white cotton fabric, So I got that to work on, but I really want to get me some clothes made. Now there is it's not I guess, I don't know if you call it a challenge or what, but it's called a Sew Modular. And it's from, I can't remember the name of the two. One is called Top Stitching, I think. And the other one is Stitching something or another. Anyhow, so, if I can remember, because a lot of times I forget to put down here, the name of the people, or I might just go ahead and put it in the well, it's hard to put things in the description box, because when I upload videos off my phone, sometimes it's a little hard, but I'll see what I can do. So let's see. I think that's all that I can think of. I'm trying to get my room, still trying to get it organized and cleaned and looking nice. I've got, my shirt is back there that I want to make. That one, let me bring it back around a little bit and bring it back down. Is that one right there? The one that's in the plastic? That's the shirt that I want to make. So I'm going to be working on that today, and I need to clean this area down here. I'm not going to show you because it's messy, but clean this area down here so I can get to that machine. I don't know how I think I'm going to have to angle the machine because it's in a corner. So I think I'm going to have to angle the machine a little bit so I can get to it a little bit better. So anyhow, that's what's been going on. And so I can't think of anything else to talk about. I'm not much of a talker. I pretty much stay to myself and stay quiet, and I try not to bother anyone. Oh, this dress I have on, I don't know if I've showed you before, but I made this dress. And oh, here it is. And I made this purse to go with it. And it's just a dress with short sleeves. And it comes a little bit below my knees. And it has a bow in the back. And it's made out of vintage fabric. And it's kind of thin. But there's the dress. And I did the overlock stitch on the machine on this dress. And I made it on my new machine. The zigzag on the Kenmore right here, I have problems keeping the dial where it needs to be, and I have to put something behind the dial to keep it to stay still. And but anyhow, I like making my clothes on that machine. I love that machine. That one, and then where's the other one? And then this one over here, this one right here, that is my Singer 201-2. And the last time I tried to use it, the feed dogs were not moving, so I need to take it to the guy that works on the machine. And I have a doctor's appointment in 2 weeks in Winter, no, not in 2 weeks, I'm sorry, next week in Winter Haven, and that's where he's at, and that's an hour drive. So while I'm up there, I'm going to drop the machine off to him, and it'll probably take a week to get it worked on, and then I'll go back and pick it up. And that'll give me another excuse to go to Joann's, because he's right across from Joann's. I hope Joann's has a good sale on their patterns. I'm going to be going on Tuesday next week, so I have to check and see what their sale's going to be like. I hope I'm going to see some patterns on sale. Because you know I can't go up there and I'm that close to Joann's and not go in. I promise I won't buy any fabric. I'm trying to use up the fabric I have. I promise I won't buy any fabric. But I'm into something now, and I haven't started it because I want to have a lot of my other plans out of the way. But I want to start making some Victorian costume dresses. And I have a couple of patterns. But I would like to get the patterns where I can make the what is it called, where they put it on, and then, you know, with the ties in the back, and oh, I can see a picture. But anyhow, I like to make stuff like that too. I would like to. I've been watching for a long time Angela, Angela, I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about. Not Claybrook. Angela. Oh, but anyhow, y'all know who I'm talking about. That's so. And I have one of her patterns. And so I've been watching her a long time. And I just love the way that the different techniques that she uses to put the gowns and whatever she's making, you know, together. Like when she puts sequins on, she does it by hand. I don't know if I'd have the patience for that, but she does a lot of hand sewing, and she's got a really nice sewing machine. But you know, she does a lot of hand sewing. So she's the one that got me interested in maybe someday doing something like that. So I do have one costume pattern, but I would like to get some more. And I think that she's with McCall's. I believe she's with McCall's. And so I'm hoping that when I go to Joann's next week, they're going to have McCall's on sale for $1.99. Alright, well, this video is almost 30 minutes long. I didn't mean to plan it this long, but just wanted to talk a little bit, and I'm in my sewing room all by myself. The door is shut. I've got the windows open. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's like maybe close to 80 degrees. And matter of fact, I slept with the bedroom window open last night. It felt so good. I turned the air off, I turned the heat off, I turned everything off, And I don't even have my my rotating fan in here, oscillating fan in here on. It's off. So yeah, I'm just enjoying this beautiful weather. I'm an outdoor type person. I love the outdoors, and especially when it's really nice out. And so I've got all my windows open. I've got them all open here in the sewing room except for these two right here. I'll show you. Alright, so I have two windows over here on the side. This is one here and then one there. And then I've got these windows here, and then I have some windows down that way. And I'm going to bring you back around so you don't get dizzy. Alright, here I am. So I'm going to open up those two windows, get a nice breeze going through, and I'm going to open up a few windows in the other part of the house to get some air flowing through there. On days like today, I like to have windows open to air out the house. And the sun is finally starting to come through. It's been kind of yucky looking today. Hasn't been too sunny, but I'm just now seeing the sun coming out because I can see the reflection off of my palm trees out in the backyard. I have, I don't know how many different types of palm trees in the backyard. I love my backyard and my front yard. I love it all. And that's one thing that sold me on this house was the property outside. And when you drive up in my driveway, the beginning of the driveway, when you get to the, where the street is, it has lions on each side mounted up. And then I've got palm trees on each side lined up going up the driveway. Then I've got I don't know how many different types of palm trees in the front yard, more in the back than I do the front. And I think I have a couple on the side here too. So, and then I've got pine trees, and I think I might have some oaks out there. I'm not sure. But yeah, I've got all kinds of different types of trees out there. And I just now I was invited to a group on Facebook called Junkyard Garden, I think is the name of it. And Nancy today, matter of fact, she's the one that invited me. I was surprised to hear from her. Her and I talked one time about 4 years ago on Skype. And she said that she saw my number or something or another and didn't know who I was and thought she'd call me. And we were talking for a long time. And I would love to meet her someday. Oh, Nancy, she's something else. I really like her. She's into a lot of different things. And the most when she's cooking or crafting or just talking about her life or showing the outside of her house, her property. I love it when she's on her hammock. She's made hammocks in her yard, and sometimes she'll lay on her hammock and talk about things. But she talks about her life. She's from Georgia, but she lives in Canada. But her brother recently passed away, so she just went down to Georgia to clean out her mother's house because, I don't know, her mother passed away about 3 years ago, and something about I think she said her brother didn't want anything done with their mother's things at that moment. I can't remember exactly what she said. So her brother passed away a couple of months ago, and I think it was before Christmas. And I think she said it was October. So she went down and she went through all of her mother's things, and she took back quite a bit. I think she said she had to get a U-Haul. I think she made 2 trips down there. Well, up there, because Georgia is above me. But anyhow, she's made 2 trips to Georgia since Christmas or Thanksgiving. Anyhow, so yeah, she's the one that invited me to this group, and I was kind of shocked to see that she invited me. So I guess well, I'm subscribed on her Facebook. You know, I'm like what do they call it, on her friend list. So maybe she just, I don't know, maybe she just went down to people um that's on her friends list and just, you know, clicked invited. I'm not sure. But anyhow, I've seen some really neat things that people have made. What it is something you might find at a thrift store. And you put these things together and you decorate your garden with it. And that's what I want to do. I want to get me a really nice garden started. I would love to have a peaceful resting place somewhere out in my backyard. And I really want to fix the yard up. And so that's my plans. You know, after I saw that she invited me, I clicked, you know, yes right away. And or accept, whatever it was. But I clicked it right away. I said, yeah, this is something that I would be interested in. Because I've seen her make her little teacups with the saucer. I think she hot glues the saucers to the bottom of the cups. And she puts bird feed in it. And that's how she feeds the birds around where she lives. And I thought, well, that is a really neat idea. I mean, she's got a big, humongous property. I don't know how many acres. I mean, but it's over, I know it's over 5 acres. It's got to be, because it's a big piece of land. And she has a little creek or something that is on the property. And she's a really fun lady to watch. So if you've never watched Nancy Today, you need to go check her out. It's Nancy, Toda. Is it D-A-Y or D-A-A-Y? I know on Facebook it's Todaay. So I will put her link down in the description also. Boy, I've got a lot of links to put down, don't I? Clay Brooks. I want to think Angela's last name is Clay Brooks or Clay something. Anyhow, I'll put her name down too. And yes, I do get distracted. Like my brain has been thinking about her last name this whole time I'm talking about Nancy. So I do get distracted very easily. That's why I don't get a lot done. Because I'll get started on something and I'll think, oh, what is this? And then I look at it, oh, well, I want to get started on that. So I'm surprised I got this shawl done. I started it yesterday. So it took me about a day and a half to make, because I started on it yesterday about 1 o'clock. And I didn't stop working on it, well, long enough to eat dinner. And then I picked it back up and worked on it until about 11:30. And then I picked it back up today about, oh, I don't know, what time is it? Let me see. It's 4:45. I'd probably say I picked it back up around 1:30 or 2. And then I finished it about an hour ago. So, yeah, I really, really like this shawl. Okay, well, I think that's all. It is 38 minutes on here, almost 39. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down for now. I am going to see what I can do about getting this machine angled so I can get my chair in there. Okay, well, you have a good day or good night whenever you're watching this. Please subscribe, click the like channel, and leave comments and questions, and I answer all of them. And if there's something that you'd like for me to do a tutorial on, don't hesitate to ask me, because I will do it. I'm going to do, if I'm not familiar with the pattern, because I'll read the pattern. If I'm unsure about something, I will do a muslin first. And then, and I will let you know. I keep you updated on how soon I'm going to be doing the tutorial for you. Like this viewer of mine that wanted me to do that Barbie top for her. Well, I was in the hospital, and before I went to the hospital, I did that muslin that I showed you. So when I was in the hospital, I sent her a message, and I says, look, I'm in the hospital right now, and I don't know when I'm going to get to the tutorial, but when I get out, I'm going to get to it as soon as I can. So I know you're watching, and it's coming. And I've been home 4 days, and I feel really good. I feel rested up now that I've gotten home. I was able to get my sleep. Because those people in the hospital, why do you go to a hospital to get better if they want to keep bugging you all through the night and day with changing your IV bags or whatever? Why turn the lights on in the middle of the night if they're just going to change an IV bag and, hello, Mrs. Thomas? And it's like, don't bother me when I'm trying to sleep, especially when it's dark outside. Just because you have to be up and work doesn't mean I have to be up, because I'm in the hospital trying to get better and I need my rest. And so anyhow, I couldn't get any rest, and I was so tired. And I was tired of them bugging me. Why can't they come in the middle of the night and you know, there's like a light above where the IV bags were. Now, why couldn't they just come in very quietly and change my bags instead of waking me up to do it? And that's one thing that really made me mad. I'm going to say the word, I was pissed. I was beyond pissed. And Saturday, I knew I needed to stay longer, but I wasn't getting my rest. And I told them, I said, I'm out of here. Well, you can't do that, and because Medicare won't pay for all the surgery and everything. I said, I don't care. I says, I'm out of here. You guys will not let me get my rest. So they call her nurse leader. And the nurse leader says, well, we could have put a do not disturb sign on your door. I said, well, now you tell me. So if I ever have to go back in the hospital for anything, I'm going to say, I want a do not disturb sign on the door. And then they take the water and stuff away. And I have medicine that's over the counter that I take like for my back and stuff. And they take the water away and put it on the other side of the room. And I'm on this IV. And they've got the thing plugged in. How in the world am I supposed to get from, how am I supposed to get from my bed to the other side of the room to get that water that they stuck over there? Why couldn't they just leave the water on my tray? So anyhow, I got frustrated. I wasn't taking my medicine for my back and my legs, and to help me sleep, I take sleeping pills because I don't sleep well. And I know that I've said this before, but they wouldn't. Couldn't take my sleeping pills, and that's what helps me sleep. So I says, forget it. I'm going home. I'll rest better at home. I'll get better at home. They did the surgery on me. They did an endoscopy, and that's how the doctor found out what's going on. He did a biopsy. I have an appointment with him in 2 weeks. I finally remembered yesterday to make the appointment. I was supposed to do it Monday and I forgot. But anyhow, that's enough. You don't want to hear about all this kind of stuff. You probably don't care much about my life and that kind of thing. But anyhow, I will talk with you later. Bye-bye.